Hey Flosstube, I'm Danielle or Love and Stitching on Instagram, and this is my channel all about cross stitch. So thank you so much for tuning in today. I want to say welcome to all of the new subscribers. I'm so glad that you're here, and I appreciate all of the love and support from everyone. This is Flosstube number 6, and today is Thursday, July 15th. So we are halfway through Jolly July, and I'm definitely having a lot of fun with my Christmas stitching and also stitching a couple other things like my monthly pieces that I'm trying to get done. So I do have a lot to go over today. I have one FFO. It was a late night FFO last night, so I'm very excited for that one. Several finishes for ornaments, some whips, haul, and then a special musical ensemble at the end. I'll probably put that in the description so you'll already know what it is, but stay tuned. I'm excited for you guys to see that. Let's see what's been going on. Not much, lots of work. It's definitely my busy season. One of my contract jobs just wrapped up, so that's great, but I still have a couple other things going on. So keeping busy, and we did have Independence Day here in the States, so July 4th, and we really didn't have a lot that we were planning on doing, but then we ended up having my parents over. My husband wanted to get some fireworks for the kids, so he got some of the pop rocks, and they had a great time just throwing those. The poppets that kind of blow confetti out, they had fun with those, and then some of the, I can't even think what they're called, the little light sticks that we do. And then he did do some other fireworks that we stayed at a distance, and the kids enjoyed those. So my parents came over Saturday night, and we did those, and then we ended up at my parents' house on Sunday because of a project that my dad and my husband were working on. And we decided, well, it's the 4th of July, let's just go ahead and do dinner together. So we brought in Texas Roadhouse and had dinner with them. My sister had her in-laws in town at that point, so they were spending the holiday with their family, which was good for them, and they definitely had a great time as well. And then, so that evening, we did let the kids stay up pretty late, and we were watching the July 4th TV show, movies, whatever they are, that are on. I think it's the Spectacular, Macy's Day Spectacular, and Capital 4th, I think. So some of the music things, and switching back and forth between soccer as well, because my husband's been watching a lot of soccer lately. And the fireworks in our neighborhood started around 9:30. So my husband was like, let's just go hop in the car and drive around the neighborhood and see some of the fireworks. So we live in a very hilly neighborhood, and we found kind of the top spot in the neighborhood where we could see a lot of the fireworks that were going on. And we drove around and saw some there, but then we found the top spot, and we were able to look out among the horizon in the distance and see over the neighboring towns and cities all of the fireworks going off. And that's something that we had actually never done actually on the 4th, was go see all the fireworks going on across the area. And that was really neat. Just really cool to see all of the fireworks in the distance. The bombs bursting in air just really kind of gave new meaning to that in a way, just because you got to see all of that. So it was really cool. So we did that, and then just normal life since then. We do have our camping trip coming up next week. Very excited about that. There will be 23 of us. I was counting last night to see how many we're going to have. So we've got 14 in our crew here in Tennessee that are going to be driving out west, and then 9 are coming from I guess we're meeting Midwest. They're coming from the West. So that'll be a lot of fun, and I will get to do my 1 or 2 times a year in an actual brick and mortar cross stitch store. Very excited about that. It'll be Cecilia Samplers there in Branson, Missouri. And when we went camping there last year, I was able to go visit the store. My cousin and my aunt, who also cross stitch, came with me, and so we got to have a good hour or so in there and pick out a lot of goodies. So I'm very excited about that trip. I've tried to rein in my haul that I've ordered online. There's definitely still some haul here, but I tried to rein it in a little bit, gearing up for that trip, knowing that I'm going to actually get to be in a store. So I don't get out to a brick and mortar store except for on our camping trip, or we do have, there's one in Pigeon Forge, Dixie Darlin', and I've been there several times. So maybe once a year we'll make it up there. It is a few hours away for us. So most of my shopping is online, but I'm very excited I've been looking forward to this all year for sure. So that'll be exciting. Okay, let's just jump right into the cross stitch. And like I said, I've got a lot to show. I did want to do some previous finishes for Jolly July and just kind of wrap those up. So the first one we'll go with, this is Country Cottage Needleworks Santa's List. And let's try to bring it out here. So I finished this one last year, and I'm going to try to do better about, that's something I'll note here in a minute too, remembering my finishing pieces, remembering my colors, my fabric, because I am really bad about all of that. So I'm going to try to do better for you guys. This piece that I finished it on is from, it's a ladder, and it's from LTD Commodities. So I got it online last year on Christmas, and I thought it was really cute. And it, I actually kind of leaned it up against my cross stitch tree, and so it's displayed there. And this piece came off last year, so I had to glue it back on last night. Talking is hard, you guys. Whew. Okay. So the bow is just, I think, ribbon that I had in my stash, but I did definitely get this as it was an ornament from Michael's last year, and it all came together. So Santa's bag with a present and candy cane and some greenery, but it's stitched on 28 count coffee tea dyed. I'm going to say even weave. I don't think it's Monaco. I think it might be the Hobby Lobby even weave. It's just not quite as stiff as the Monaco. And then backing fabric, this is just Christmas plaid fabric, probably from Joann's. And this is my first time using rickrack on a finish. And then I did do a backing piece for it. I don't know why. It was one of the first Christmas pieces I finished, so I decided to sandwich it all together. So maybe it was because it's on this piece and I didn't know if the back would show with it up against the tree, so I thought it would be a nice touch to put it up there. So I forgot, because I wasn't looking at my notes, to mention two things. I had a question about my washers and magnets and how I do finishing. So I did comment on the comment on YouTube, but I thought I would go ahead and just share how I do that. So I do use the Priscilla and Chelsea way of washers and magnets. But when I showed this finish, and there's two things about this one, last time I think, you see that it's just magnets on the back. So this is metal. So if there's ever a piece that I have that the magnets will just stick to, then I just finish it like that. I'll just put the magnets on there. And these are teeny tiny magnets because I went on Amazon last year and I was looking for magnets and I found a pack of 100 for a really great price. I said, oh my gosh, I've got to get these. Note to self, check what size they are because they were teeny tiny, and they've been really great for finishing the small pieces like the tear tray tidbits or ornaments that I'm attaching to something or whatever. So they've been great for that. And I've gotten a lot of use out of them, and I still have some left, but it was just kind of funny. But then this, I do have magnet on magnet because I wasn't going to be able to cover like a wash. I didn't have a washer small enough. So I did magnet on magnet for that, but I try not to do that. I try to use the washers and magnets because the magnets are definitely more expensive. So I'll show another piece here in a minute that has the washers and the magnets and how I do that. And then another note on this piece, Whitney with Whitney Stitches sent me a message last night looking for this barn, and I had mentioned that it was from Hobby Lobby or Michael's. It is not. It is from Walmart. So I got it last fall in the fall section because it says thankful. So check Walmart if you're looking for this piece because that's where I got it. I did not get it from Hobby Lobby or Michael's. So like I said, I'm gonna try to do better about keeping track of where everything is from if it's from someplace that is easily accessible. Okay, back to previous finishes. This is Brenda Gervais with I Needle and Thread, and it's the Merry Minty Sal that she did last Christmas. It was a free Christmas sal. I think it was on her Facebook page. So this is just a basket that I got probably from a thrift store or from my mom. It's again stitched on, I think it's the same thing actually as Country Cottage Needleworks, because it's not as stiff. It wasn't as stiff. I remember stitching it, but I love this piece, and it was my first Brenda Gervais piece that I've done, and I don't have any printed patterns of hers, so I'm definitely going to be adding to my stash for her because I love her pieces and there's a lot on my wish list. So the ribbon is, I think, from Hobby Lobby, and this green piece is also from Hobby Lobby. It's all put together. It was on a pick and I just took it off. And then the fabric is fabric that I had in my stash. And I did use all of the called for colors that she had with that. And you might still be able to find that on, I think you can, because I've actually seen a lot of people stitching it for Jolly July on Facebook. So I really love this piece, and this bow, it's got 8 points to it, I guess. It's my first bow that I've ever done like that, and my mom did one when we were doing our crafting expo with the kids last year, and she did one like this, and I'd not seen a bow like that. I was like, oh my goodness, you have to teach me. So I figured out how to do it, so I love it. That piece is a lot of fun. Okay, my FFO, I couldn't believe it. When you work on a piece a little bit every day, it really goes to show you that progress, every little bit of progress leads to a finish. So I've been working on this one, but I hadn't been doing a lot every day. But then last night I got really close to my finish. I was like, I'm going to finish this tonight. And then I got all the pieces ready for the FFO. So this is the July cottage of the month. I'm still technically behind because I haven't done June. We're just not gonna count June though. And I did want to note that I made 2 color changes, so I brought the floss with me so I don't forget to mention that. This is the finish though. That guy just kind of swings around. So I did change the colors, and I've seen a lot of people darkening it up. So I used Classic Colorworks Licorice Red, which I had just enough to finish. I literally had like that much left. I was really worried I wasn't going to be able to finish it. And then Deep Blue Sea. So those are the color changes that I used for this piece. And this one is definitely on Coffee Tea Dyed Monaco. The rest of the colors are called for. This is from the fabric on the back is a fat quarter from Joann's. These 2 wood cutouts are from the estate sale that I went to recently and found a whole bunch of craft stuff. So I got both of these. I was going through my stash for little finishing pieces, and I was like, I don't have anything that's patriotic. And then I opened the drawer that I had put these in, and I was really excited that I found them because I realized, oh, wait a second, I do have some things. And then the ribbon I've been using for calendar crates. I used it for one of my PC or my Priscilla and Chelsea tiered tray tidbits. So I love this ribbon. It's from Hobby Lobby. And then this wood piece is what I'm using to switch them out, and it's from a garage sale or a thrift store, I think, actually, from just a couple years ago that I found. So when I started the pieces, I realized it was a perfect fit. So this is just to show you the 3 magnets and the 3 washers on the back, and so I just switched them out. And this piece covered my washer, so I was able to put a washer on it instead of an extra magnet. And then just some twine that I did in a ribbon and attached it to that piece. So now we're crooked. It's okay. That is my one FFO, but I've got a couple finishes as well. So let's talk about the finishes then. So I've been working on my ornaments, and I'm trying not to start all of them. So I'm trying to finish one before I actually start the next way. That way I'm not adding to my huge whip pile. I actually want, and it also helps me, I have some finishes this month that I can finish later as ornaments. So the first one, I don't know in what order I finished these, honestly. But I worked on Wise Men Still Seek Him by Lizzie Kate. And I finished him. There's the finish. I brought the fabric to try to remember what I've stitched it on. And this is the 32 count Murano ice that I got from Artiste, and it's from Hobby Lobby. And I've got another piece that I'm working on that I stitched on this. So I did make one color change. I had stitched the entire thing. It was finished. And then someone else on Instagram was working on this piece and finished it, and they made a change. And when I was stitching it, I couldn't figure out what it was that I wanted to do differently about this. And then when I saw their finish, I thought that's what I wanted to do. So as you'll kind of see, these are green. The stars are that green that the baby is. And so they had done it in a gold. And so I didn't quite use the same color. It looks pretty similar, but I used, and now I can't remember the color. I think it was in the 700s maybe that I used. And so I like that a lot better. I don't know why, I just didn't want that light green as part of the stars. So I really liked that gold. So I was very excited to see someone else stitching this and give me the inspiration before I actually fully finished it and couldn't make that change. So I did break my cardinal rule of ripping things out after it's finished, because normally I'm too lazy. I don't want to rip something out, even if I don't like the color, I'll just live with it. But I had to change that and it wasn't that much, thankfully. Okay, Priscilla and Chelsea are killing it with Christmas. They always do. So the first one that I worked on is, actually this is the second one I worked on, we're out of order, but this is Jolly Jar. And they're doing all jars for the tiered tray tidbits. So I think I'm gonna finish these as ornaments. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm gonna wait until they're all done until I decide how to finish them. But there is Jolly Jar. So I didn't have any of the ribbon red that it calls for, right? Yeah. So I had leftover red from the stitch along with that quarter shop that I did. Why can't I think of what it's called? The lighthouse. And so I used that, and it was a different color. Do I have the color here? I might have it here. My memory, guys, I'm sorry. It's Color and Cotton, Bing Cherry. So that's what I used. I do not have the floss pack that Priscilla and Chelsea did for this, so I'm gonna start using ribbon red for the other ones. There's not a whole lot of this Bing Cherry left anyway, so I needed more red to continue on with my Christmas stitching. But he's very cute, and I did get the Mrs. Claus coming up. That was Wednesday's release. I have not started it yet. The last few days have been very busy. And then the other finish, this is my last finish, is Holly Jolly. And I stitched him up pretty quick because we did a lot of driving the weekend that he came out, and so I was able to stitch a lot in the car while my husband was driving. And both of these are 28 count black Monaco. See if I can remember everything. But like I said, the only color change is going to be the red, and I think it's super cute. So they're doing great. Excited to see what the next one is tomorrow. Okay, so that's all my finishes, and so the next thing is going to be my whips, and these are in no particular order, and I've already lost, there it is. I tried to take everything out of the bags so that I'm not opening and closing things. So I got started once I finished Wise Men Still Seek Him. I started on Lizzie Kate's Celebrate 15. I don't think I'm going to stitch the word celebrate. So I think I'm just going to finish it with the white snowflakes and the top and the bottom. But this is where we are with him right now. And he's super cute. I was going to try to finish his beard, but I did not get that done yet. But it won't take super long. You just got to finish him and then a few things around him in the trees. So he'll be pretty quick. I brought him for grocery pickup this week, and I think I stitched the top part while we were waiting on the groceries. Okay. My one ornament challenge at a time does not count for the housewives, I've decided, because they have so many that I just want to start them. So maybe if I only have one housewife piece started at a time. But the jars also, the way that, especially with, I'll show that one in a minute. With this one, the way that I did it and the way that I've done their cups too is I outline the cup, and I did all of this inside part first, and then I outlined the jar. So the very last thing that I had to do for this piece was just, I did up and down for just filling in the jar. So I didn't have to have the pattern. It was all mindless. So if I was anywhere that it was just easier not to have to follow the pattern, I brought this guy with me. So for the Mary jar, which I'll show in my haul, I might go ahead and do the same thing and start that one, because when I get to that point, it just gives me something that I can work on when I don't want to have to follow a pattern. Okay, anyway, Gingerbread Bakery. And that's where I got with him. So I'm working on just the white part. I'll go ahead and I'll fill everything out before I move on to the top probably. It just worked out well with whatever I was doing at the time to go straight across and work on the white. And let's see. I am working on And to All Good Night, and I'm loving this one. So I started in the middle of this one because, again, a piece I did not want to mess up my count, because I knew the fabric was cut correctly. I just did not want to mess it up. So here's the pattern. I've seen some people already finish it, and it's just a lot of fun. I do have the floss pack, so I'm using all of the called for colors. And it's a long piece so far. So I started in the middle with the tree, and then I moved my way over here. So then once I finish this side, I'll work towards the other way. And all that's left over here is that little tree. So it will definitely fit, no problem, which gives me great hope that it's gonna fit on the other side too. I'd already cut this piece of fabric, and I knew it was the right size. It's just, I can't start in the right place if I start at the corner. So I'm gonna be better and hopefully not have any issues. Okay, I'm also working on my cross stitch camp piece, which, as you guys know, was selected by Instagram, and it's this middle one that I'm doing. And this is Christmas Ornaments 1 by My Fanny on Instagram, or Etsy. And this is one of the ones that's on the ice Murano. And I should have ironed this before, because it's got lots of wrinkles. But that's where we're at. So all I've got left is the tree with some snow, and then I gotta fill in the snow here. So I think I started over here maybe, and worked my way around to get the circle done, and then filled in all of this part. And so now I'm working on the inside, and it won't take long. My goal is to get this one done before we go on our camping trip. So I'm gonna work on it a little bit this weekend. In a couple days, we don't leave until mid next week. We've got some funny dates that just worked out for, like I said, 23 people. So the dates were kind of wonky with trying to get everyone's schedule, but it'll be fun. So that is all of my whips right now. So not too bad. I put in a few more of the petals on my August calendar crates, but it was just not enough to show you guys. So I'm gonna try to get that one done hopefully too before August. So it'll hopefully be finished by my next video. I did put together one more cross stitch project bag, so I thought I'd show you that one. And this is the finish on it. And I think these are both, again, fat quarters that I got from somewhere. Joann's probably. So I've got, and I've had more fabric cut out. It's not all attached yet. So I've got some that are laid out that are ready to go. They've had the iron on interfacing. Everything's been ironed. They just have to be sewn. A few more of those, and then I cut some more fabric because I need more project bags, obviously. So I've got that cut, and it does need to be, I've got the interfacing cut. I haven't cut more vinyl, so I need to cut more vinyl. So I'm hoping in the next couple months, I'll have some more bags to keep working on. Right now, it's like a toss-up between, do I sew more bags? I've got some pillows that need to be sewn downstairs, cross-stitch pillows also, and those shouldn't take too long. I just need to pick out the fabric and cut it and do the actual sewing. Or do I sit and I stitch Jolly July? So it's a toss-up, and it's a hard decision to make. I've been choosing stitching more than the other thing, so that's where we're at. So the next thing is haul. Let's see what we've got. I did get my August sampler. I'm sorry for the glare. And I got this from Cross Stitch Express, so they sent me a free pattern. So that is the freebie that came with it. And I do have September on order from them as well, with I think a little bit more floss because I'm starting to run low on my floss for those. And I got my floss fix from Fat Quarter Shop. So those are the colors that are in it. And it's Peach Sherbet is the name of it. And those are just really pretty colors. So it comes with Baby Chick, Crushed Pineapple, Peach Sherbet, Sunflower, Candy Corn, and Tangerine. I don't think I've stitched with any of these except for maybe Crushed Pineapple. So excited to add these to my stash. They keep sending me colors that I've not stitched with before, so I like that. Like I said, I got the Very Merry, and so I want to hopefully start on that one, finish the other one up. Okay, so I put in an order from Fat Quarter Shop for the floss. When Priscilla and Chelsea mentioned that there was a floss pack for their tier tray tidbits and ornaments, I went and got it once it came back in stock. I think it went out of stock, and so they notified me that it was in stock. So I haven't even opened it yet, but I'm gonna start using it for those pieces. And then my subscription for calendar crates came in for September. Sorry. Okay, we're back. Got him to calm down. Started barking at something outside. So here's the colors. And there's one, I think, Weeks Dye Works. Is it this one? Maybe not. Maybe they have a Weeks Dye Works one in one of theirs coming up. So I thought that was, I've not seen them stitch with Weeks Dye Works much. So I'm excited to get that as well. And I do have some of their other fall pieces on order from Annabella's. But they ran into an issue with the floss. So that'll probably be coming in the next few weeks, which is totally understandable. Just excited to get it when it comes here. So my last piece, get it all out, of haul is from Southern Stitchers Co. So Whitney had a July 4th sale, suckered me in. She then is doing right now a Christmas in July sale, 20% off of Christmas and winter patterns. There may be some more patterns coming in my mail because she keeps having these sales and I see things that I like. Thank you, Whitney. So here's the first one that I got. This is Spooky String, and I'm excited. This will be my second string to do. I did the Buzzy String, and then Heart in Hand, Pocket Round, Holiday Home. I've seen a lot of people stitching this one as well, and it's so cute and small, so I'm excited for that one. And then I wanted to add to my bee stitching for next year. So Little House Needleworks, the Stitching Bee. I don't have this one, but I've seen a lot of people stitch it. I did not have Bunny Bakery yet, so I got Bunny Bakery. And I think I'll now have all of the bakery ones so far once I get Scarecrow Bakery. And then another bee one, Hands on Design, Buzz. And I'm probably not gonna be able to do a cube finish. So it's gonna have to be something different. I don't know. I just don't think my skills are good enough for that. Oh, and then my son and I and daughter went to Dollar Tree yesterday, and they had these little cross stitch kits. It says for 6+, but I think I can probably teach him. They had several, but I only got this one because the other ones were more girly, butterfly and something else. So I got this one for him, just see if he wants to have fun stitching. So it comes with a really big perforated type thing, and then the yarn, and you can see the big plastic needle there. Maybe. There we go. So I think he's excited. He told his dad that, Mommy helped me cross stitch. And it'll be easier for him to do it. So he'll have to sit down and do it with me. And I told him one day while his sister's napping, we'll sit down and we'll work on this together and see if he likes it. But he knows how to count. I think I'll have to tell him, okay, you're gonna do 4 here and go back and do the other 4. And then, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he does, but it'll be fun. So that, I think, is everything for today, except for just my plans for the next couple weeks. So I'm going to keep working on the Christmas pieces. I want to finish August calendar crates. Maybe I'll start on the August sampler of the month. I may not start that one until August. We'll see. And then I'm going to start pulling when we get back from our trip my fall stitching, the whips that I've got, and maybe some new starts. We'll see. I've got a lot of fall whips that I probably should try to take out and finish. But definitely going to get into the fall stitching for August, and we've got our camping trip coming up. So it's about a 9.5 hour drive, and that's without stops. So I'm hoping I can get some stitching time there on the drive when the kids are occupied and my husband's driving. I will probably end up driving a little bit on this trip to give him a bit of a break since it's a long drive. But we'll be there for 4 days, and it's gonna be great. We've got some aunts and uncles that have not met the little kids out this direction, so we're excited for them to meet their great nephew and great niece. And then my sister's kids as well, great nephew, I don't think they've met, and great niece as well. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. Just getting everyone together. The kids are gonna have a great time doing some kayaking, hopefully, some fishing, s'mores, just all the great camping cookout things that we do. So we're looking forward to that. I think that's all my plans, besides also going to Cecilia's Samplers. So very excited about that. So stay tuned for the end. Let's see, Connie Hahn, hopefully I said the last name correctly, commented on my last video when I mentioned that my dad does bagpipe camp and said maybe I should include some bagpiping from him. So I contacted him and said, hey, do you have any videos that you'd be okay with me sharing? And he sent me 2. So one is from Halloween 2018 and the other is a Christmas tune. And I think you'll know which one's the Christmas because he's wearing a Christmas t-shirt, which is really funny. And then I did include one of his band they do a March St. Patrick's Day event up here on the mountain at one of our touristy places, and they participate in that. And so you'll see everyone in kilts and all of their gear that they did. So I pulled that video to show as well. I think it's about 5 minutes of bagpipes. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Very proud of him and everything that he does. He puts a lot of work and effort into his music, and he teaches, and like I said, part of the band. He's done competitions and he practices with the band every week pretty much. It changed a little bit over the last year, obviously, but they did still try to do some virtual things and get together when they could at a distance. So he's been involved in that, like I said, since I was a kid. So hopefully, guys, you enjoy that. I hope everyone's getting in some good stitching and has a great next couple of weeks. So I will see you next time. Bye.